following is a presentation of the Treasure Island Baseball Network.
Plans and preparations for the 2023 season are underway for your Minnesota Twins. This is the show that catches up with players, staff, and the entire organization. It's Inside Twins. Inside Twins is sponsored by Killebrew Root Beer, locally owned and operated. It's how memories are created and legends are made.
Well, it's Chris Atterbury with you. Another edition of Inside Twins. For those of you joining us live all across our social media platforms, Twitter, YouTube, Facebook, you saw our guest looking very much like a model there, modeling the new Twins jerseys. That's Jose Miranda. We're going to chat with Jose live from the Twins Winter Caravan, because what a week it has been since we last spoke, and what a week it is going to be. When we last spoke, at this time last week, Carlos Correa was here in studio with me. He had just signed his record-breaking deal. We sat down with Carlos for a half an hour, and since then, boy, has there been a lot going on. We start with the Twins Winter Caravan. The Twins Winter Caravan is in full swing after a couple of years hiatus. Sadly, I was felled by a positive COVID test in our home, so I'm not with Jose Miranda, Dan Glad, Nick Gordon, and Tommy Watkins. They are in St. Cloud. They were there last night. They're going to be in Fargo tonight. The other leg featuring Ryan Jeffers, Caleb Thielbar, Tony Oliva. They are in Brookings last night, and they will be in Mankato tonight. So the Twins Winter Caravan is alive and well and off and running. Twins Fest coming up this weekend. Other things going on this weekend, of course, Twins Fest, and then a little more Caravan on the front end of next week. And boy, then we're starting to talk about spring training already. And some new players in spring training. Michael A. Taylor, Gold Glove winning center fielder, is now a Minnesota Twin. That deal came down right during the St. Paul Old Timers Hot Stove Show on Monday night. And, of course, there was also the trade of Luis Arraez, who is now a member of the Marlins. And in return, Pablo Lopez is a member of the Minnesota Twins. So there's been a lot of news going on here as far as the Twins are concerned. And again, we start with Caravan, and I think we got some video maybe of some Caravan footage going on in and around Twins territory. There's Jose and Nick; those guys are on one leg. We're going to join Jose live from Case IH in St. Cloud any moment. They've been meeting the fans, and you can see they've obviously. Is that gum? I think that's gum. I think I agree with both of the looks on their faces there. Nick and Jose in and around Twins territory. I think Tommy Watkins is on that leg as well. And there's Jose Miranda, and he joins us from Case IH. Was that gum? Were you standing next to a wall of gum?
Yeah, it was gum. It was in Seattle. It was
okay.
Gum.
That was gum on that famous wall. You walk through that little alleyway, and there's all that gum. And hopefully you have not encountered any gum on the Twins Winter Caravan so far. This is your first twirl around the Twins Winter Caravan. What's it been like through the first day and a half for you?
Oh, it's been great. It's been super exciting. Just being with fans, answering them questions, being with the kids. Having fun with them, especially the kids, they ask you some questions. They're funny. They're always, running around, making jokes. I got a daughter, so since I got a daughter for me, I love the kids, and it's been great.
Yeah, you had a full house last night in St. Cloud. You'll be another big crowd in Fargo tonight. You can see the tractor behind you. You're going to climb up in that tractor. A couple of years ago, we almost got Brent Rooker to drive one of those things. You think you're going to get behind the wheel?
Oh, I wish. I would like to drive one of those. They look pretty cool.
Yeah, I don't know. Not me. Thank you very much. I don't think anyone wants me behind the wheel of one of those. We mentioned some of the news that has happened, and obviously Luis Arraez is a guy who meant the world to you and to all of us really in Twins territory. It's always tough to see a guy like that go. It's part of the business that is baseball. Arraez will now be in Florida. Pablo Lopez is at the return. I think we got a little footage here of you and Louie, in fact. For those joining us on our social networking, there's that sweet, sweet swing. I think that's the one that got him a batting title, wasn't it?
Yeah. That was his last hit of the season last year. It was a double. And then I pitched run for him.
Yep, you came on in and ran for him, and there's Louie. So, boy, we're going to miss his energy. We're going to miss his bat. But in return, it's going to be a top-flight pitcher who comes to join the Minnesota Twins and Pablo Lopez. And I guess, Jose, you've had the 1 year in the big leagues now, and this is something everybody talks about is we get a good look at you giving Louis the big hug. It's part of the business of the game. Have you spoken with Louis? The last time I saw the two of you, you were modeling those new uniforms at Mall of America and having a pretty good time together.
Yeah, so I talked to Louis, I think it was like 2 or 3 days ago. Obviously, when the trade happened, I shot him a text. But 2 or 3 days ago, we talked a little bit. I shot him another text. I just said, I was glad I met him. It was fun playing with him. All the years we were playing with the Twins. Obviously, I still with the Twins. But, I said, I told him, you're going to do good over there. Enjoy your time and just keep breaking because I know he's going to keep breaking and I know he's going to keep winning different things, batting titles, all-star games. And, I said I was happy for him. Obviously, he's sad at the moment, but happy for him because it's going to be like a new beginning. So, and he said, he said he loved me back and he was excited for me.
Yeah, and you get a new teammate now in Pablo Lopez. Have you ever met or faced Pablo throughout your career?
No, not yet. I haven't met him. I haven't faced him, but I've heard great things about him. I've heard he's a great person, great teammate. So, what else can you ask for?
Yeah, let's hear from Pablo. I think we had Pablo talking about his connection to the Twins.
Incredibly excited to be a part of an organization like the Minnesota Twins. Every Venezuelan kid grew up a Johan Santana fan, and Johan Santana had the time of his career as a Minnesota Twin. So I have vivid memories of watching him in my TV when I was little with the Twins uniform. So now to be able to be a part of an organization like the Twins, like everyone knows what they're made of. I am very, very excited to be a part and be a Minnesota Twin.
That's the voice of awesome. Pablo Lopez, right? And the other awesome thing for you is you don't have to try to hit that changeup of his.
Yeah, I mean, I've seen he has a nice repertoire. He has some good pitches, so thank God I don't got to face him.
Yeah, so a lot going on. Jose Miranda is our guest, joining us from Caravan. We had TC Bear there swinging around on a bicycle in the background. But, Jose, let's turn our attention now kind of to you and your first year in the big leagues, and we'll start it off by revisiting a big league first. Three wide and the 3-1 in the air. Deep left field for Miranda, and that ball is gone. First major league home run for Jose Miranda, and it's 1-0 Minnesota Twins. I can tell you personally, for me, it's always fun when you get to call a guy's first big league home run because that's one they're never going to forget. You hit 14 more the rest of the way. In broad strokes, coming off that minor league season that was one for the ages, what was your biggest takeaway from your first big league experience?
Well, my biggest takeaway is that I just got to understand the game, that it's going to be a lot of ups and downs, but I can't get frustrated about the downs because the beginning of my career was the first 2 weeks, 2.5 weeks, it was tough, it was nothing falling my way. I think I was hitting like 93, my first like 53 or 4 at bats. And then after that, I said, just trust yourself and just go out there and keep playing the game, how I always play, having fun, not thinking a lot. And I think that's one of the things that I'm going to take for this year. Obviously, I'm going to have a little bit more experience my second year, but I think that was one of the best things I took from my first year. Just don't frustrate myself and just keep being positive and hard and with a hard mindset, tough mindset. And I think it's going to be a good year now.
Yeah, you have that ability to combine being a very fierce competitor, but also being a really upbeat guy. And sometimes it's one or the other for players, and you've got the ability to be both, which allows you to succeed and also helps your team in so many ways. You played first, you played third. Obviously, Gio's now an Angel, and we wish him the best in Anaheim. Where do you envision yourself getting the bulk of your time defensively, and what have you been doing defensively in terms of your work in the offseason?
Yeah, so I see myself this year playing more third. That's the main focus. And during the offseason, I work a lot. I've been working on my agility, been working on my speed, on my strength, and on my range, which is one of the things that they told me about, so that I could get better at. And that's the things I focus more. And so I went in the offseason and I told my trainers, I got to do this, I got to get better at this. And so those are the things that I've been working on really hard.
One of the other things that you're going to get to do this year is play for Puerto Rico in the World Baseball Classic. And Carlos was in studio last week, as we said, and he's lighting up, waving the flag. He can't wait to get after it. This will be, I think, your first time in the WBC with your country. How excited are you to play for Yadi Molina and to play with that group of guys and represent Puerto Rico?
So yeah, it's gonna be the first time playing for my country in the WBC, and I'm super excited. I think it's a dream come true. I think every kid when you're little, you dream about representing your country. And us being from Puerto Rico, such a small island, that's like a big thing for us. And from the moment they asked if I wanted to be part of the team, I said yes. And I'm just happy for me and for my family. I know my family, that's super important for them, and they're as excited as I am. So I think I'm super excited for the moment, and I'm ready.
Well, you already started your modeling career when you walked the catwalk there at Mall of America. Now you're going to play for your country. It's a pretty good offseason for Jose Miranda, who might drive a tractor before this day is all said and done. We're going to take our first break. Our show is Inside Twins. It's brought to you by Killebrew Root Beer, locally owned and operated. How memories are created and legends are made. For those of you joining us across our network, it's a brief commercial break. For those of you joining us online, just stay put. We're going to come back and chat more with Jose Miranda in a moment on your home for Twins Baseball. The show is Inside Twins. It's brought to you by Killebrew Root Beer, locally owned and operated. How memories are created, legends are made. Chris Atterbury in studio here at Target Field, wishing that I was at Case IH in St. Cloud with Jose Miranda and the rest of his caravan leg. They will wrap up in Fargo tonight with what is sure to be a dynamite show. Nick Gordon and Tommy Watkins along for that ride. The other leg is in Mankato, and of course Twins Fest coming up this weekend. Jose, over the course of this last season, we played a weekly radio game with fans where we had players talk about their teammates, and then fans had to guess kind of who they were talking about. So we did one on you. And I'm going to share what your teammates said about you, and then we can kind of talk about it a little bit more. And we're going to start. No, it's all good. Don't worry. It's all good. We're going to start with Mark Contreras, who could not thank you enough for what he felt was the opportunity even to get to the big leagues by helping him play winter ball. Here's Mark Contreras.
Ball this offseason because he put me on the team, or he got me a job on the team that he played for. It. I mean, he's funny. Took us out, and I don't know. I love him. He's funny on and off the field. He took us out. It's a place called La Placita. He just took me around the town. We went there for a little bit, and he took me to the beach, Isla Verde, close to where I stayed.
So first of all, Contreras is a great guy, a wonderful human being, and a good baseball player. How much fun did you guys have in Puerto Rico? And, not every player would do that because it's a highly competitive atmosphere, but here you are playing tour guide for a teammate.
Oh, man, I love Mark. He asked me about the Puerto Rican League, and since, we were like super good friends, I just wanted something good for him. So I went and I talked to the GM of the team I play in Puerto Rico, and I told him, hey, I got a guy, a really good outfielder, lefty. I told him all the things he can do, and then he said, okay, give me his number. I'm gonna call him, and I want him here. So and then we had a great time because I just wanted to show him a little bit about Puerto Rico. He wasn't going to be a long time. He was there for a couple of weeks. So I took him out to eat, and then I took him to, where he said La Placita. It's like, a place you can go around and, have some fun. So it was a blast. We had some fun in Puerto Rico.
And then you got to play in the big leagues together, which makes it even more fun down the road. And I mean, winter ball is no joke. And for you in particular, is it fair to say that the success coming out of COVID that you had in winter ball helped launch you to that minor league player of the year and onto the big leagues?
Yeah, sure. Part of it, because obviously 2020 we didn't have a season, so I ended up playing in Puerto Rico winter ball, and obviously I stayed active. I stay hitting, stay working on some different plans that I had for that season, and it helped me out. It helped me out. Obviously going to the 2021 season when I won the minor league player of the year.
Yeah, it's great baseball, and they take it seriously and have a lot of fun along the way. All right, we couldn't let Luis Ariz get out of town without hearing from him again, and he had this to say about you as a video game player.
A lot of Call of Duty. video games. But he's got a page, Twitch page. It's a gaming thing. He play a lot of Call of Duty, so we play together. Sometimes we play together.
Okay, you look very serious in all of those photos. So you've got your Twitch page. Are you a hardcore gamer here? And who's better, you or Louis at Call of Duty?
I can play a little bit, but I think for sure Louis is better than me.
Do you enjoy it? Is that something you do to get away from the game a little bit?
Yeah, sometimes there are some games that I play. You know, I can play a little bit of Call of Duty. I can play NBA. 2K. I even play some of the MLB The Show sometimes. You know, I get out of the field, but it's different. You know, you're playing on TV, and you have some fun.
Do you use yourself when you play MLB The Show?
Not really. You know, I try to use different teams, random teams, just to use different pitchers, different hitters.
All right, so you're not playing Jose Miranda as Jose Miranda. If you were gonna pick a guy to play, you could do worse than your teammate Carlos Correa. Here's what Carlos had to say about playing with you and your relationship.
His dad is his hitting coach, and his dad is the one that throws MVP in the offseason. His mentor, just like me. So, when he got here and we started talking about life and how it was for us to get to the big leagues, we bonded over that because my dad was the same way. He's still my hitting coach. He still throws me MVP. He's still at every practice in the offseason. So we're pretty much the same.
Yeah, pretty cool picture there, too, for those joining us here across our twin social media networks of Carlos kind of beckoning you over to his corner locker. A couple of kids from Puerto Rico with a similar background. What did his mentorship mean to you?
Oh, it meant a lot, especially being a guy that from Puerto Rico, himself, he means a lot to Puerto Rico, too. He meant a lot to me. But just getting to the big leagues and having him on the same team, he put his arm over my shoulder, literally, and just helped me out, gave me a lot of advices, helped me out to get better. And having him day by day is going to make you better. So it was a big help to me and to the team too. But he's a mentor to me.
Tell me about your dad, because you mentioned your dad. I know he's your hitting coach. He's your BP pitcher. And what was it like telling him, Dad, I'm going to the major leagues?
Well, my dad, yeah, he's literally my hitting coach. He watches every game, literally. He watches every game on TV or in his phone. He started throwing me balls when I was like 3 or 4 years old in my backyard, in my house. And from there on, it started the passion and the love for the game. And until now, and then obviously after every game, we talk about all the at-bats. He tells me what pitch I shouldn't swing at or what pitch that I hit. And it doesn't matter if I go 3 for 4, he's going to talk to me about the one at-bat I missed. Hey, I think you missed this at-bat because this happened. And I'm like, come on, Dad, I just went 3 for 4. It was a good game. But, he wants me to be perfect. So, and I don't mind. Obviously, we're trying to, be as perfect as we can. So, it's great and I love him.
It must be so much fun sharing your experience with him and with your entire family. We've got one more clip here from Carlos, and I don't want this to add any pressure, but Carlos was adamant at the trade deadline that Miranda has to stay a Minnesota Twin, and then he had this to say about what he felt your future held.
Next year for sure. I think he's going to have a big year. He's going to make the All-Star team next year, and he should compete for sure.
Yeah, he says you're going to be on the All-Star game, and he says you're going to win the Home Run Derby at the All-Star game. So no pressure, huh?
Wow. Well, that's a big one. But for me, that's my mentality. I want to make the All-Star game. So I've been working so hard that I have a lot of goals in my mind, and that's one of them. I want to make the All-Star team, and in the future, I would like to make a lot of All-Star games, but I got to start with one. So that's the mentality. Making the All-Star game, and who knows about the Home Run Derby. If they invited me, I think I'll take a shot.
Maybe your dad could pitch.
Oh, yeah, sure.
that could work out. Now, Carlos told us last week, part of his work with you was what he felt he didn't have when he came up. And he said that diet, what to eat, when to sleep, how to go about your workout, how not to work out too much. And he said that even by the end of the year, as your body started to change, which is part of the growth of a young athlete anyway, you were able to get to some balls that maybe you couldn't have gotten to the year prior. Do you feel like that's still the continued trend where you're going to get stronger, you're going to get leaner and even quicker, and that power is just going to keep exploding?
Yeah, for sure. So we talked a lot during the season. There was a moment that he told me about my body shape, and he said where I could get better at and what I could do to get better at. So all of his advices, I took them, and I took them to the off season too, so I could get better. And obviously during the season, at the end of the season, I started to feel my body better. Better shape. I could get to better balls then, and I think that's one of the reasons, one of the main reasons in this sport, that you got to maintain a good body shape so you can play as long as you can, because it's a long season, and that was the mentality for this off season. I worked super hard, and obviously I had a nutritionist, and eating well is one of the main things, because normally if you eat whatever you like, it's going to be bad for you. So in my mind, I said, okay, I gotta eat good. I gotta get better at this. I gotta work hard. I gotta get some good sleep. So I think it was a good off season, improving all the things, and all the advices that he told me.
Yeah, well, we look forward to watching that all play out on the diamond this year for Jose Miranda and the Twins. Our show is Inside Twins. We're going to take your questions for Jose Miranda. If you can't see him out on the caravan and ask a question in person, a chance to do it via Twitter, YouTube, or Facebook right here on our program. We'll take a break. We'll come back and wrap it up on your home for Twins baseball. Well, welcome back to Inside Twins, brought to you by Killebrew Root Beer, locally owned and operated. How memories are created and legends are made. We're hoping to take some questions now from you for Jose Miranda as he joins us from Case IH in St. Cloud. And I get the first question because I was down to grab a cup of coffee in Baseball Comms, and Nina knew that you were going to be on today, and she said I should ask you who your daughter's current favorite Disney character is, because apparently she's had some that she really likes.
So her favorite character right now, it's Mirabel from Encanto. That's her favorite right now.
That's a good one, right? So
Yeah,
she sings, run around and sing the songs and stuff?
She sings, she runs around, and she can see the movie like 100 times a day. So it's just like that.
Now, how wild is it that she's singing a song that was written by your cousin?
I know. It's crazy that she likes that one so much, and that my cousin was the one that wrote that one. So it's just it's great, and I just want to introduce her to my cousin, so he can talk to her, and then he can show her some different stuff. So that would be fun.
Yeah, and of course, Lin-Manuel Miranda, the award-winning playwright and actor and musician, just a brilliant man, is Jose's cousin. And hopefully your daughter meets him before my partner does, because Corey Provis was driving all of us nuts last year trying to get an invite and trying to meet him. So hopefully we can keep Corey away from Lin-Manuel as long as we possibly can. More questions coming for Jose Miranda. This one is from Scotty. Is Fargo, where you'll be tonight, the farthest north that you'll have ever been in your life?
I guess, yeah, I think so. It's the furthest north I've been. Yeah, I think it is.
I think Toronto's south, actually, of where we are, I think. So I think somehow it bends where Toronto's south of.
If it's not
us,
Toronto,
so I think, yeah.
if it's not Toronto, then it's for sure Fargo.
So you're not spending a lot of time up in the Yukon territory there in Canada or anything. So, all right, this one's from Brian. What are you thinking about the winter weather out on Caravan today?
Well, I think it's great. It's kind of like the same weather as Puerto Rico. Pretty hot.
Yeah, almost exactly like Puerto Rico. How's Nick Gordon faring? He's always so stylish. I worry that maybe style versus the need to stay warm, if that's going to be a problem for him.
He has those hoodies that are kind of like stylish, and those joggers. He's looking good.
Nick looks good in everything. He could look in a parka if he had to. All right, we had more questions coming for Jose Miranda. The Josh Hader at bat. And Justin obviously remembers it well. Walk people through your at bat against one of the toughest at bats in all of baseball.
Yeah, so I went to hit, and I had a man on first and second. And I think pretty much all the teams right now, they know I'm a really good fastball hitter. So by that time, I kind of knew I wasn't going to throw a fastball. And so in my mind, I was kind of looking for the slider. and I was looking for the slider, up so he can hang it, so I can, put a good swing on. And then he threw me first pitch slider. I took it. It was a little low, and then I told to myself, stick with the plan. Don't change the plan right now, and stick with what you're thinking right now. So I just said, sit on the slider. If he hangs it, so bang it. And then he hung it, and it was a good swing, and it was a good result. So
Yeah, a really good result. Now, you were talking to your teammates there after winning the game for them. Who in particular were you talking to when you looked into your dugout?
I just look at them. Look at them. I didn't even remember what I said. I was just so pumped that I just look at them and just said like, let's go, and that was it. It was a fun moment.
Yeah, as you're walking around third, you're coming around third base, and you get a high five from Tommy Watkins, who's with you on this caravan leg, and you see your teammates gathered there, and they've got the gum, and they've got the water, and they're all going crazy. What's going through your head?
Oh, I was it's like excited, happy, and I know something cold is coming, so I gotta get ready for that. So I gotta get ready for the cold, and then I know water, Gatorade. And I'm just waiting for that. I'm just like getting tight with my body, just waiting for that, and but it's fun. It's fun.
It is the best colds you can get. All right, we've got another one here from Anna. And my Spanish doesn't stand up to this one, but go ahead and translate that one for us.
I feel so proud of you. So she's a family member. I know her, but she's saying that Puerto Rico, they're all proud of me.
That's pretty cool. That is very, very cool, reaching out to us on Facebook. Jose, a lot of great comments today, a lot of great questions. You're going to get more of them tonight, of course, in Fargo, along with Tommy and with Nick. Twins Fest this weekend, so we'll get to see you here. Fans will have a chance to see you on Friday and Saturday. And then, of course, we're all looking forward to seeing you playing here at Target Field all summer long. I know you've got a bus to catch, Jose. It was great to catch up with you. Really wish I could be with you. You guys enjoy the rest of your caravan leg, and we'll see you at Twins Fest this weekend, okay?
Thanks a lot for having me. Appreciate it, and see you guys soon.
That's Jose Miranda. Great to have him on board here on Inside Twins. It's brought to you by Killebrew Root Beer, locally owned and operated. How memories are created, legends are made. Jose and company making some memories on the Winter Caravan as we speak. Those two caravan legs will conclude after tonight, but don't catch your breath for long, because Friday, Saturday, Twins Fest activities right here in the Twin Cities. More memories to be created. And, of course, we'll be back next Wednesday right here on Inside Twins, right here on your home for Twins Baseball.